We are again at the front gates of the infamous Skinwalker Ranch. Interesting to be parked down here out in the dark. Can you appear as a glowing light on the hillside like you do at Magic Mesa? It was like everything just flashed, like lit up like noonday. Something made a noise down here. Right when I said that 3 times, weird. And all of that, whoa, another shooting star. This one even too. I was saying it's like a ladder that has these dots. And now I have a really weird feeling like something's watching me. That bone right there is probably as big as me. Look, there's a whole skull. Look at that. No way. And now we are going to a spot called the Swelter Shelter. You ready? There is a connection between the paranormal, UFOs, and the myths of ancient history. The clues are scattered across the landscape from a forbidden past, maybe even in your own backyard. There is a connection between the true nature of our reality, consciousness, and the unexplained. I'm Carl the Crusher. Let's explore the unknown. When you watch the TV show, The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, one of the main aspects of the show is the fact that there's the herd of cattle, the cows that graze at Skinwalker Ranch that are often the victim of the Skinwalker phenomena. They turn up with missing eyes, tongues, liver, other organs, and sometimes turned inside out, or even they look like they've been dropped out of the sky. And a lot of people don't realize that those cows are not always just kept at Skinwalker Ranch to graze on the pastures there. Most of the time they're kept in another location, which I've been asked to keep completely secret. So this is sort of a top secret, off the record mission that I'm going on, and I'm technically not even allowed to film it all. So my approach to this, as usual, is to go ahead and film it all, but hide the location and be really discreet and respectful to the property owners so that I don't give up where it's at. But just know that these are the real Skinwalker Ranch cows. These are the ones that are part of the ranch, and this is the canyon where a lot of things happen. And I've been told that there's ancient indigenous artifacts up here, including petroglyphs or pictographs that no one has ever filmed or taken pictures of before. And now I'm being invited to go up there and look at them for the first time. Now this is where I'm getting special access here, where nobody gets to go. And I'm telling you, this is the immediate path of the Skinwalker. If there's anywhere that the Skinwalker hides, it's where we're at right now. It's where I'm going. It's actually up in this canyon here. And wow, this place. It is so surreal that I am even here. Holy smokes. We are going to be keeping our eyes peeled. There absolutely is going to be artifacts here. I can see there's fence posts, barbed wire, and different things. It almost looks like there's petroglyphs right up there. I want to come and camp here. This is crazy. I can't believe that I've got access back here now. Wow. This is so surreal. I'm going down in the meadow, in the valley right now, where most of the cattle mutilations actually have occurred in relation to Skinwalker Ranch. Even back in the Bigelow era. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. It's beautiful down here, honestly. Skinwalker, you here? I don't know what you want from me, but I'm here. If you have something that you want to show me, let's do it. I believe I'm here right now. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so crazy. I don't know of anybody who's ever been able to come down here before, ever. Just to give you perspective, right on the other side, well, this mesa right here is Skinwalker Ridge. Right on the other side of that mesa is the triangle, is Homestead 1, Homestead 2. I'm literally right over the path of the Skinwalker. You run them up McConkey, where all those petroglyphs are? And
so that's where my dad lives up there.
That's a shaman figure right there in the middle. He's got the horns and the hands splayed out. Those are like similar to the ones over at the Swelter shelter by the Dinosaur National Monument clear over by Colorado. I was just there yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. And there's definitely figures that look almost exactly like him.
Right over there.
Yep.
You can see another one. So the second set is the rock face right behind there.
I see that.
There's that river looking thing, and then the dude standing there with the fingers out outstretched.
See, people have no idea. This is right here at Skinwalker territory. We'll just say that.
Yeah, right around here.
So you say nobody's really looked for pottery or anything that much?
Not that I haven't.
Wow. So you have a serpent line coming down on the side here. Comes down that has a head at the bottom.
Right.
Now there might have been like on one of the solstices, like if you would have come back up here 2 weeks ago on the sunrise, the way the sun comes up over the rocks might cast like a weird light or shadow on this.
That's cool.
But yeah, this is totally a snake coming down with the head at the bottom right here. And then there's some stuff coming off the side here. Yeah, there's some patterns coming down, like a line and some scatter stuff, and then the serpent line comes down. It does almost look like a lightning strike or something, but it's like a snake. And then clearly the shaman figure.
Yeah, and that looks like there's been water running right down.
Comes right out of this crack here, huh?
Right down through him.
Comes right down through the middle here, yeah. There you've got the hand, the other arm, the head, and then you have the horns come up, curling in. Right here. Wow. Up here is something. What is that? This is like a whole thing here.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've seen versions of this that is like a spider web, which was like their depictions of what they saw when they saw the Milky Way in the sky. They thought it looked like a big spider web.
That's awesome.
And the creator was actually the Spider Woman, and often they would even carve depictions of spiders or like scorpion things. So this could be like a depiction of the Milky Way above the shaman figure, you know.
Yeah.
And the way this water runs down is almost like they did that on purpose. But I don't know. Let's see. Clearly see all that. I haven't seen any pottery yet. Wow. What a place, man. This is so awesome. Just gonna kind of see if this serpent line comes out. Definitely some kind of a rodent hole in there. Look at that. Sometimes pack rats will carry artifacts, pottery, and different things into their nests. You can dig back in there and find arrowheads and stuff. Yeah. Look on top here. A map. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. Definitely a whole other shaman figure right there. Another one down there. Looks like. Yeah, look at this. You have almost two lines. One dips down to his feet and the other one goes behind him. There's a figure. 1, 2, 3. This is a figure here with his hands down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Aha! No way. This is the same petroglyph we have in southern Utah, clear down by St. George on the Anasazi Trail.
Really?
He has 5 fingers on one hand and 4 on the other.
Huh.
And this was...
I wonder why.
He was a shaman that would time travel, and he would teleport from one sacred location to another.
Really?
And he was injured on one half of his body. So he's always depicted as missing a finger, or he's like one leg is shorter than the other,
Yeah.
or he has toes on one foot that are curled up, and the other one the toes are straight. But see, he's got 4 fingers on one hand and 5 on the other, and that's like specific, like he's like obviously showing that. I can't tell with the feet if those are bird feet or not.
The Navajo guy, he was saying that it's like a bird man that had bird feet.
Birdman? Yeah, so he's a bird shaman, yeah. So he, that's the same man, that's the same figure. So I literally was just looking at the petroglyph of this guy on the Anasazi Trail, clear down in southern Utah. Exact same figure. Yeah, I know him.
Carve it up here too.
He's missing one finger on the one side. That is so cool. And look, there's the serpent line coming up with his head pointed at the shaman.
Yeah.
And this almost looks like a smaller figure here.
For sure.
And almost another one here going up with the shoulders and the arms coming down and the head here. Like there's 3 beings, and they're coming out of these like bubbles, these windows, these doorways, right?
Yeah.
So we have these lines and this opening, and it opens and opens and opens, and in each opening there's a different shaman figure stepping through. And then this serpent line with the head pointing right at the main bird shaman. So the Navajo said this was a bird shaman too.
He said, I remember him saying something about a bird man.
He's a time traveler.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would
I
tell.
can't exactly remember what he said, but I remember him saying something about that being a bird
Man, that's so cool that he's here. I can't believe that he's here. That is so cool. And this is like another figure almost here.
Yeah, that looks like.
Legs and a body and a head here. It's hard to tell though. Wow, man, that's so cool.
It's crazy that far away. It's the same guy.
Same guy, yeah. 6.5 hour drive. I could show you another picture of him. Looks exactly like that.
That's crazy.
This is really special that he's here. The connection between Skinwalker Ranch and the place that I call the Magic Mesa is completely, literally written in stone now. I just filmed a UFO flying above the other guy like a week and a half ago.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's so much paranormal activity that happens in that other valley.
This spring, when
This is unreal.
I was out pulling some of these pivot tracks in
Yeah.
on a tractor, and it went dark for a second, and a shadow went over me down in this field down here. And so I looked, and the shadow was going across the ground, and I looked up, and there was nothing in the sky. It was clear, nothing in the sky.
Yeah.
It flew right over the ridge, right to Skinwalker Ranch.
What?
Like the shadow did. You couldn't see anything else but the shadow on the ground. But
Some cloaked craft.
something like that. They didn't cloak their shadow, I guess.
Right. We may have found a granary or a dwelling right up the hill here that they didn't know was here. We'll have to see if that's natural or somebody. Yeah, it might be natural. Wow, I could explore this place for days. Looking more natural.
It doesn't look like
No. just a washout. But I bet climbing up on top and around, there's gotta be a ton more here. You said there's more down there where they've come and scanned them?
Yeah, up here in those canyons.
Wow. Have there been any cattle mutilations down here? Have you found weird dead ones?
Yeah, we just this year right down there, actually, like 100 yards that way, there was just a random dead cow. Which she wasn't mutilated or anything, she was just dead. But we've had some weird cow experiences on Skinwalker, that's for sure.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the last episode that came out, or one of the last ones. If you go right up there, there's
just stay along the fence here.
Little road there.
Okay.
But one of the last ones that came out with the calf spinning in a circle. I don't know if you saw that. But,
yeah, that spun around and died.
That was
like it almost was that badger.
Mm-hmm. Oh, rock chuck.
Rock chuck, yeah.
Yeah. There's 100 of them now.
So that's why we moved it over to Nevada after we found that guy dead down there. My friend Dave found him. He's like a maintenance guy down there. He went over there and kicked him and was like, "Hey dude, wake up." I thought the guy was asleep, and he was curled up dead on the ground there.
No. That's horrible.
This would be spooky to camp down here.
It would be.
It would be creepy. It would be spooky down here. I mean, even just the wildlife. This is like prime environment for.
So it's gonna be. I don't know. It's not really a road. We can just walk from here.
Kind of hike it across.
But up here, the road takes you straight there.
It honestly makes more sense that if there was some kind of a guardian skinwalker entity, that it would really live and dwell back in here where there isn't anybody, more than it would be out hanging around the ranch where everybody's all the time. I mean, this is just, yeah, this is just wildlife out here. Nothing. Wow. So the cows come all the way up through this whole canyon?
Yeah, you'll see. I mean, there's a pretty good trail right through there, but there's really good grass up here, so they travel back and forth between that field and here all the time. My uncle was up here setting bobcat traps under these big rocks, and he found them.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wow. So right up over this mesa, you can kind of see the tree line on the ridge. Up there is all reservation land. And this is right at the bottom edge where private ownership meets the reservation. Wow. This looks like the place. Yeah, that'd be scary to stay overnight down here. That would be scary. Wow. There's a lot over here. Holy smokes! There he is! Wow!
That's a big old guy.
That's big! Two of them.
Yeah. There's 3 of them somewhere.
3, yeah? We'll find them here. Let's see. Wow! Okay, yeah, look at that. There's his head. Face and headdress. 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 6 fingers on the one hand there. So he has an extra there. And then over here he's got 1, 2. He has 6 fingers on both hands.
Yeah.
You see that?
That was a big thing that the Skinwalker guys were going.
That would be the Siteka. That's a giant. Legend of the giant.
Yeah, they really liked that. They were eating that up.
The 6 fingers on each hand.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. And he has the breastplate. And look at the belt.
They really like that circle coming off for some reason too. I don't know.
Yeah, so he's got his hands here, but then off of his tunic, off of his belt here, there's a line coming down here that's connected to this whole natural formation, which they did. They would use that. So it comes down, hooks to that, comes up to the rest of this. See, his finger comes off too and is connected to everything.
Yeah.
And here's his figure. Number 2 is right here. Here's the head, and his horn comes up and touches the hand here, and this becomes the other finger. There's a horn and a horn, the head, the body comes down. So here's his body right here. His arm comes over. No, his arm comes down. Oh my God, this is his arm. His arm comes down and becomes that whole line, going clear off the rock. See that?
Yeah.
His arm comes down. You can see it on the camera. Comes down and becomes that. And then this whole hoop coming off. That usually indicates like he came out of the portal, came out of a doorway
And then you see the third guy.
or a cave.
So right here you see the circles.
Yeah. So there's 1 and 2.
He's a little more beat up. But then there's a bunch of dots here. There could have been another dude.
Yeah, that's 3 rings on the chest. His head's right there. Comes down. He's got a belt here.
Yeah, there's the dots, and then you can see that line coming.
There's another guy. There's 4.
Yeah.
Look, there's this. This is his tunic. Goes up like a big wedge like this, and his head is right here. It goes up, over, and down. It's like a kind of like a trapezoid. See the line right there? Up, over, and down. That's the corner of his head right there.
Okay.
His horns go up. He's got like antenna going off the top, clear up to the upper crack.
I see that.
That's a whole other figure here. You have a whole 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2. There's definitely the big figure with 6 fingers. This figure here, here's his hand right here. He just has 3 long fingers coming off. Yeah, that's a 4th figure for sure. That's definitely another figure.
You think that's his hand, or is that something else? Like all those dots. Probably his hand.
Oh, wait. Figure here, going up. I can see his eyes. He's got 2 dashes for eyes up there. What? His head's right there. And then to the side here. Whoa, I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty much eroded, right?
It's all eroded, yeah.
All that wind coming through here.
Yeah, and just baking in the sun.
Yeah.
Holy smokes, man. There's clearly though 1, 2, there's 4 figures here. Clearly to me is 4.
You think that's a circle or not? That's just something in there.
This will Almost looks like a line.
I don't know.
Kind of.
Kinda
Yeah, yeah,
natural.
it does. Yeah. Right here. That's carved. It's so old, man.
Yeah,
These are
yeah.
old, ancient. I mean, there's even little dots down here.
Uh-huh.
It's almost like the McConkey Ranch panels, you know, those big figures of the
Three
tribal kings, yes. But where this is located is mind-boggling. I can see sort of like wavy lines sort of depicted across going down here that probably touch the feet of this guy going down. Yeah, that's definitely two figures standing side by side, and his hand goes down and shoots. What's over here? Anything? Oh. No. Wow. I really think I've only seen this figure posted one time on Twitter, and it was a black and white LiDAR scan. It didn't have this figure, the whole panel or anything. It didn't say that it had 6 fingers, but it has 6 on both hands, and then there's like dots up above. But see the shape of his head going up like a
Like a trapezoid.
like a trapezoid, yeah, like a rectangle, like a birthday cake
Uh-huh.
going out, you know, like that. And then you come over here to this one.
Yeah, the same thing going on.
It's the exact same thing up there, right there. You can see it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I can see that.
That's definitely a figure.
And then this guy's got a line going right there.
Totally has it right there, yeah. And then even a horn going up. Buffalo horn or whatever. Yeah, these are like 4 kings, man. These are like the big dudes, the shaman,
Yeah, that's super
the
cool.
chiefs. I can't believe this is up here.
Just in the middle of nowhere. Nobody would even know it was here.
Skinwalker knows it's here,
Yeah.
right?
They know where it's at.
Yeah, these were like, to the ancient Aboriginal people, these were like the doorways to their ancestors. They were just like the veil, you know what I mean? The veil to the spirit world. But this guy having 6 fingers on both hands is like, he's not just a king, he's like king of the giant people.
Yeah.
His big chest plate, and then he's got this whole circle of power coming up to his, going right through. See, it comes up through his chest and then up and becomes into his hand. All of that symbolic of like power from the earth or power from the other world, you know.
I think that they were saying that 6 fingers was like royalty, you know. kinda
Royalty,
deal,
yeah.
because that was like a thing that the royals had, was 6 fingers. If I remember correctly, I could be just making that up. But
There's a whole like a square up here too, but I don't know. I don't think you're making that up at all. I think that's a real thing.
because they would like interbreed and stuff like that.
It could have been an inbreeding thing.
You just wish you could like go back in time and look at it when it was fresh, you know.
Yeah, clearly has horns on his head, and the one horn goes up and touches the hand. So it's hard to tell if that's an extra finger or just his horn going in his hand. But his arm going down and then shooting off like that, I can show you depictions of both of these guys clear down in southern Utah too.
Really?
Yeah. And he's got an arm going down like that, and a lot of times his hand turns into like a rake of fingers that has like 12 fingers
Really?
coming off of it.
Like a lightning bolt or something.
Yeah, like he's just shooting a whole beam of energy out of one hand like that.
Interesting.
This is so amazing to see in person though. Wow. This is the property line?
No, the
Or
property
no?
line's actually up on the hill. I have no idea what this is.
Just some old fence.
It's just an old fence.
Whoa, there's nothing out here, man.
Yeah.
Dang.
There's the field right there. That's about it.
That's about it. Yeah, I triple dog dare you to go camp overnight right there in the base of that. That's terrifying. That's got to be the scariest Skinwalker Canyon I've seen. I don't want to go in there. That's all reservation?
Yeah.
Oh man.
As soon as you get onto the hill, it's reservation.
Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. Well, he let me film it. And not only that, I think I'm allowed to now come back when the gate is open. I now have permission to come in and discreetly work here on the property and film around. And I think we even were able to identify some extra features to the petroglyph stones there, identify some serpent lines. We definitely identified the extra fingers on the one hand and missing a finger on the one. And then all of this is lining up. I can't believe I'm literally on top of Skinwalker Ranch, on top of the mesa, driving around right now, and there's ancient petroglyphs all over the place. We are in the actual valley of the myth of the Skinwalker, the legends of the Skinwalker, I should say. And every time the Skinwalker appears, disappears, moves, it seems to go up in that canyon and up in that valley. And there we have the validation again, the same petroglyphs, the same symbols, the same glyphs and characters that we have all the way down at the Magic Mesa in southern Utah, where we were going to originally film Beyond Skinwalker Ranch in the first place. And we end up switching locations over to Nevada after that guy died down there in the valley. So it's so surreal to walk up there and look at that petroglyph and see 5 fingers on one hand, 4 on the other. The bird shaman, confirmed by the Navajo elder that came out here and said the exact same thing. It's the same figure, Iatoi. It's the same as the Pesuvu and Yubu, that whole myth of the maze walker, this interdimensional time traveler shaman that would appear and disappear and move throughout all these ancient places as a shamanistic deity figure. It's so unreal to walk up there on the mesa above Skinwalker Ranch and to see him there, to see that same petroglyph. Totally validating, totally blows my mind. Like I feel like I'm meant to be here today, even down to the thunderclouds in the sky, cooling off the weather, making it nice and comfortable to be here. Couldn't get any better. I'm gonna go back to the Airbnb for now and reset for a little bit and charge up my batteries and get ready for later tonight. And then we're gonna be back here. We're gonna go back to this location and maybe do some sky watching with the night vision and look out over the valley, in the actual valley of the Skinwalker on top of Skinwalker Ranch. This is gonna be wild. I don't think anybody's ever stayed overnight out here before. In fact, my friend Donovan, who just took me there, he said he wouldn't even dare stay down there after dark in the night. So we'll see how long I dare stay, but I think we're gonna have to do it. Not necessarily something that you want to see when you're hiking around down here. We did it! Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna get out of the truck and we're gonna walk around. Maybe I'll go down the road on foot to the petroglyph site, hike around a little bit in the dark.